He extorts from his brother. He takes advantage of an opportunity to get ahead. Those people who are trying to climb that so-called corporate ladder of success, when they finally get to the top, they're going to realize they've been leaning up against their own wall. Because God is the author, God is the finisher, and that which God has begun in you, he will perfect it and perform it unto the day of Jesus Christ. You don't have to use extortion. All he had to do was express some brotherly love. As time goes on, he steals, he lies to his father, deceives his father and get the birthright. Not only does he have the birthright, but he also gets the blessing. Now watch this. Because he was trying to help God out and move things faster along to get to the place of prominence, listen what it cost him. He was banished from home, never to see his mother alive again. He lived in fear of Esau because Esau swore for skunk juice. Sister Angela, I'm going to kill him. 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 He didn't trick me twice. And so mama and daddy, y'all named him right Jacob. He tricked me out of a birthright. And then he stole the blessing. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He lived in fear of Esau all the days of his life. Bible says, saints, in Galatians chapter 6, verse 7, verse 8, be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Life has a way of evening the score. He ran into a man called Laban, his father-in-law, and he tricked him. He loved Rachel. Laban said, yeah, you can have it. You work 7 years. Bible says, I guess he must have been drunk or high or something. He went into the tent and said, oh, Lord. He woke up the next morning, oh, Lord, Jesus. Before you were saying you went out with somebody, you woke up, oh, Lord, and oh, Lord, Jesus. Who am I waking up with? Lord, have mercy here. Just look straight ahead. Just look straight ahead. Hallelujah. Say, this ain't the one I married for. This ain't the one I wanted and worked so hard for. Laban said, no problem, man. I custom here. We can't get the younger for the older. So he got tricked. And all he really had to do was let God have control of his life. Even though Esau had the birthright, and even though Esau had the blessing, because the prophecy was on him, God was going to shift some things. The problem is we don't know how he's going to do it. We don't know when he's going to do it. But you got to have the faith and the confidence and to know that he will. Somehow, some way, he will. He will do it. High five your neighbor and say, neighbor, the God we serve will make a way.
He will make a way. Yes, he will.
So Laban tricked him. He worked 14 years for Leah and Rachel. Laban was a trickster himself. Jacob said, Lord, you didn't change my wages 10 times. I'm working for you like a fool in the mule, and you didn't change my wages 10 times. Bible says in Genesis 31 that Jacob got hold of the fact that Laban did no longer favor him. He said, look, man, it's time to get up out of here. Hey, Leah, Rachel, we have a family meeting. Y'all have family meetings, don't you? I just thought I threw that out. If you don't have one, you need to start like tomorrow. Hey, y'all, we get up out of here. Y'all know how I have worked for your dad these 20 years. And right now, I'm not in favor with him. He don't, my welcome has just simply been worn out. And here's the problem. He's got the blessing. He's got the birthright. But he's run out of options. He has a crisis now. And now the problem is, I got to go back home and deal with Esau. Let's straighten it out. I got to go back home because I can't stay here. There is nothing like trouble. Hallelujah. Nothing like trouble to make you get on your knees and cry, holy under God. High five your neighbor and say, neighbor. Y'all got that one. Y'all got that one. Y'all got that one. Trouble is not your enemy. I'm going to walk on that for a moment. I want you to get that in your spirit. You might want to write that down. Trouble is not your enemy, but trouble is your friend. Jacob ran out of options. There was no other place for him to go. But the Lord spoke to him and said, Jacob, it's time for you to get up and go back home. So now Jacob gets all of his stuff and he leaves Laban and on his way home. So what he does is he tries to appease Esau. Now watch this. He did everything he could in his power to become the Lord of Esau. Now because he's in trouble and facing a crisis, he's got a challenge and he's got to come up with something real quick, fast, and in a hurry. And so he sends his servants. And y'all talk to Esau and call him your Lord. You the boss, Esau. I know I stole it from you, but you the man. You the Lord. You're the master. And in fact, Esau hears some gifts trying to cool Esau off. Servants got to Esau and gave him the gifts that Jacob had prepared for him. And Esau didn't say a word and just looked at him. But what they did, they went back and told Jacob, said, Jacob, we don't know if he's had a cool off period or not. But we do know he's got 400 men and he's marching toward you. Bible says that Jacob got afraid and he got all stressed out because he said, sure enough, I'm about to die here. I got this birthright, I got this blessing. And he already swore for scum juice, he's gonna kill me. And now I ain't got nowhere else to go, but I gotta get back home, like because God said for me to go back home. And so what he does is he takes all that he has on his way in his travels. He sends his wives, his women servants, and also his children and everything he had over against the brook. And here it is. Here's the place where God wanted you to be all alone. He was left alone. We're just too busy for God to speak to us. We're too loud and too noisy for God to speak to us. How you gonna have prayer got the TV on? How y'all doing? How we gonna have a conversation with Jesus? You know when you really want to talk to somebody, turn the phone off, turn the TV off. It's just me and you. So he was left alone, separated, isolated. Would you believe it? There's some people who are just too busy for God. Kind of all booked up. They won't pray until crisis. They won't seek the face of God until there's a problem. Well, I'm not the brightest person in the world. So I just said, you know what? I ain't going to wait till I have a problem. I'm going to talk to him every day. There's a song that says, call him out. Tell him what you need. Call him out. Tell him what you want. The line, that's what they told me. My grandmama told me that the line is never too busy. Just call him up. If you call him, he will answer. Can I get an amen? So he's isolated now. God has a chance to deal with him. And I believe that God spoke to him and said, Jacob, you didn't have to do all that trickery. You didn't have to do all that deception. That's what the wrestling was all about. So he wrestled with the man. That man in the Old Testament was Jesus. He was called a theophany. The Old Testament represents Jesus in the theophany. So he's wrestling with Jesus. And he would not let go. And it was all night long that he wrestled. That was the breaking of day. He said, let me go. I'm not going to let you go until you bless me. The whole point about the whole story is this. Let God have control of your life. So he was there wrestling all night long. You wrestle. Let me show you what that looks like. When you're tossing and turning and you can't hardly get no sleep at night. Because you have what? An important decision to make. And Jacob was saying, Lord, I wish you'd go before me and stop this before somebody get hurt. Stop Esau before somebody get hurt. because he had his army all lined up as well. He wasn't really worried about Esau, but he said, I got my army just in case. He wanted the Lord to stop this. Stop this, Lord. Intervene for me. But notice this one thing. As he was running from Esau and as he was running from Laban, he never took time to stop and repent and say, Lord, I'm sorry. The Bible lets us know if we cover our sins, we will not prosper. But if we confess our sins, he's faithful and just to forgive us. I think I found out something here. Why we don't want to be with Jesus. Because there's stuff on the inside of us that we know that's not right. We don't want God to take his giant searchlight. There was a song they sung years ago. Shine, 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 shine the light from heaven on my soul. That's why we don't want to be alone with God. We don't want him to shine that light on us because we know we got stuff. High five your neighbor. I know what's wrong with you. It's that one thing. It's that one thing you won't let go. It's that one thing you won't surrender. It's that one thing you won't submit. It's that one thing you won't turn over. It's that one thing you won't release. That's why you don't want to be alone with God. You ain't that busy. Cut it out. You ain't that important. Stop that foolishness. You don't want to be alone with God. That's your problem. But God, because God had chosen Jacob. Read the scripture for me here. Jeremiah 29 and 11. Wait a minute. God says, I know the thoughts. Lord, hallelujah. I can shout right there. I've been practicing. Yeah, double time. I know God's got me on his mind. Not that I deserve it. Y'all should have seen me before. I was messed up. I was tore up. I was jacked up. I was far from the peaceful shore. Sinking, sinking, sinking to rise no more. But the master of the sea heard my despairing cry. And from the water he lifted me. Now I'm saved. Now I'm saved. Now he wraps me in his arms. Now he whispers in my ear. He loves me. He cares about me. I'm saying, Lord, have your way. Come on, throw your hands up and say, Lord. Come on, say it real loud. Let me hear you shout it. Shout it. Say, Lord, have your way. I know. Read, I know. Wait, God got me on his mind. Think about this now. The only true and living God got me on his mind.